Gather round, friends, and lend an ear to the embers of the unexplained. Percy Hawthorne here, your guide through the dusty archives of the extraordinary. Tonight's file, pulled from the shelves marked Shadow over Roswell, concerns a haunting echo of 1947 and a pair of intrepid souls who dare to chase its lingering whisper across the high desert. Let's begin. The sun sank beyond the jagged horizon of New Mexico as Gabriel Sterling's rental car rolled onto the cracked tarmac, leading to the historic Roswell airfield. The chill of dust clung to the windshield, sown with the fine red dust that colored the plains. He inhaled, closing his eyes for a moment to sense the echoes, vibrations of emotional residue that shivered through the land. It was the first gift he had learned to trust after years perched behind lecture halls and deciphering ancient scripts. Beneath the hush of cicadas, he felt a tremor of sorrow, as though the earth itself mourned secrets buried long ago. In the passenger seat, Milo Hart fiddled with a battered camcorder, its silver casing scratched from years of impromptu stakeouts. He looked out at the skeletal remains of hangars, their girders twisted like the ribs of a great beast lying dead under that blood-red sky. "You feel that?" he asked, voice low, though excitement danced at the edges of his words. "It's like the ground remembers something, regrets something." His eyes glinted, cosmic intuition pulsing through him. Gabriel opened his eyes and offered a terse nod. Trusting Milo's uncanny gut had saved them both more times than he could count. They stepped into the hush of the old airfield, the weight of history pressing around them. Military surveillance towers loomed at the perimeter, dark sentinels that watched without blinking. Gabriel brushed his fingers over an etched glyph on a weathered plaque near the control tower. It was an odd constellation of lines and swirls he had encountered in reports of cattle mutilations across the Southwest. The pattern shimmered in his mind, begging to be unraveled. He could see the cold layer beneath the surface, as if language itself had fused with something not entirely of this world. "First things first," Gabriel murmured, unslinging a leather satchel heavy with notebooks and electronic devices. "We need to find that covert ops unit rumored to be reopening the old debris field. They'll have answers, whether they want to share them or not." Milo grinned, an impish flash on the growing moonlight. He slipped on a nondescript cap, pulled low, then drew in a breath. "Follow me," he whispered, weaving through the maze of rusted scaffolding toward the southern perimeter, with a guard post congregated like scavengers around a carcass. The first guard was an automatic rifle paired with a sickly green spotlight. Milo approached with the fluid ease of a seasoned performer. "Hey there," he called, voice laced with desperate fluster. "We're volunteers for the Historical Aviation Society. I've got permission forms, but they must be buried in customs paperwork somewhere. Could you point us to the archives?" As the soldier's brow creased, Gabriel stepped forward, offering a crisp laminated badge he had fabricated. Scientific Horizon Special Project, Code, Meridian Echo. The guard studied it, then glanced back at Milo's frantic gesticulation. A smile cracked his stern countenance. "Go on through," he muttered, jabbing a thumb toward the hangar door. "Just keep it down." Inside, the hangar opened like a cathedral of shadows. Beneath tarpaulin-draped crates and long silent generators, Gabriel and Milo found Unit's command center. A network of laptops, satellite uplink dishes, and whiteboards scrawled with timelines, aerial photographs, and pushpins marking every reported mutilation in the last 2 months. Under the fluorescent hum, Colonel Reeves barked orders at a flurry of technicians. His bald pate shone, and his eyes burned with fervor that brooked no challenge. Gabriel's empathic sense recoiled, anger mingled with fear, as if Reeves believed he could control powers beyond mortal grasp. Milo nudged Gabriel. "Game time." Moving like a pair of dancing shadows, they slipped behind crates and took in the scene. Gabriel's heart pounded as he read the whiteboard. Coordinates circling the original 1947 crash site, tonight's date scrawled in urgent red, and beneath a row of strange glyphs identical to the one on the plaque outside. The military believed they could harness the alien technology if they could recover even a fragment, and underneath that, a note in Reeves's handwriting. Bury evidence of biological anomalies. Secure for retrieval. The grunt of boots alerted them. 2 soldiers detaching from the group, rifles swinging at their sides. Milo seized the moment. He burst forward, hands raised. Hey, I spilled coffee on one of your sat dishes. Emergency cool down. The soldiers snapped to attention. Gabriel dove into the nearest console. Fingers fly over the keyboard as he spoofed logs, created phantom queries, and shifted database entries. Anything to slow the op and reveal their plans. Sparks of tension crackled in his mind. Reeves's presence here was a sign. They were close to a breakthrough. But at what cost? Within minutes, the distraction worked. Alarms blared as the faux coffee spill set off safety protocols. Guards scrambled, Reeves snarled, and in the chaos, Gabriel grabbed key printouts, glyph charts, satellite scans, mission directives, tucking them into his satchel. They slipped out beneath the roar, hearts drumming like hooves against the desert floor. They reached the parking area where the rental car waited under the moon's argent gaze. Milo yanked the door open, and Gabriel yanked him in. Tires screeched as they fled down the dusty road, headlights slicing through the gloom. Behind them, the hangar window glowed red, alarms still wailing like banshees. "That was too close," Gabriel whispered, voice taut. But Milo only laughed, the sound bright with adrenaline. "Closest is still ahead of us," he replied, eyes shining. The road stretched forward, bound for the infamous site where history refused to stay buried. 2 hours later, headlights flicked off at the crest of a crater rim. They climbed out, springing toward the disturbed earth where the military had erected barricades and floodlights. Mile upon mile around the fields were dotted with strange feedlots where cattle had gone missing, leaving behind only grotesque tableaus of clean cuts and drained vessels. But here lay the origin. A gash in the earth half a kilometer wide, as though some colossal talon had pried the land open. Gabriel felt a wave of numbers in his mind. Impact force, energy displacement, temporal distortions. His head spun with the geometry of an event that had fractured more than soil. Milo stood beside him, shifting early digital photographs into night air via a handheld projector. They floated above the crater, glowing glyphs carved along its rim in geoglyphic scale. Gabriel's breath caught. They're dialing the landscape itself, anchoring a beacon. He traced the lines with trembling finger. These glyphs form a circuit. It's a call. Something is listening. The air hummed, a low resonance that quickened to a keening pitch. Milo's cosmic intuition flared. We need to shut it down. But boots pounded behind them, and the covert unit emerged with rifles raised. Colonel Reeves stepped into the projector's light, eyes cold. "You don't understand what you're meddling with." His voice was a whip crack in the hush. "This technology could end scarcity, disease, war itself. You're too small to comprehend its promise." Gabriel felt the emotional echo, a twisted hope turning into fanatic obsession. He planted a hand on the glyph's root line, and with concentration summoned the glyph's pattern into his mind's eye. Codes unfolded, flickering like stars. He began to deconstruct the circuit, relaying instructions to Milo in urgent whispers. Milo darted among the lines, kicking out segments of wire and stone, improvising with his barista's multi-tool to short-circuit power nodes they had uncovered. Sparks leapt. Reeves raised his weapon, but they were too focused, too driven. As Gabriel chanted the alien sequence, deftly reversing it, the ground trembled. A cascade of light spilled from the crater's depths as if the sky itself had broken. Shadows writhed in a shape, a life form, haunted the space between worlds. It was a slender, elongated figure, limbs tapering like petals, skin translucent and glistening with bioluminescent veins. 2 luminescent eyes hovered, unblinking, curious. Time stopped. Breath halted. The earth forgot its wind. Milo, heart locked in awe and terror, remembered his photographic memory. He activated the camcorder, capturing the being's form, its silent aspect. Gabriel felt the creature's emotion, gentle inquiry, not malice. It stretched a tendril toward them, sensing their truth. In that touch lay a promise of communion, an alliance of minds beyond language. But the world intruded. Reeves's bullet shattered stone and soldiers fired. Energy met metal, and the creature recoiled, melting back through the glyphic circuit into the Earth's womb. The crater's light dimmed. The night returned with shattered calm. Gabriel and Milo lay flat, hearts pounding. Reeves strode to them, rifle trained. "You've doomed us all," he spat. They'll never forgive this. But the colonel's voice cracked, betraying grief for the lost chance. Gabriel rose, voice unwavering. They were never the enemy, he said. We were. Fear made you weaponize hope. He handed Reeves a printout, the camcorder's first frame, bright and alien. Look. The colonel's jaw slackened as he beheld the creature's luminescent gaze. Something in Reeves softened, a crack in obsession. Milo limped forward, cosmic intuition guiding each step. They don't hold the power we thought they had, he said. The real wreckage lies here. He pointed at the crater's silent center. Not debris, a doorway. Gabriel's nature attunement confirmed it. The Earth had formed a portal, not an airframe. Reeves lowered his weapon. The soldiers hesitated. Under the desert sky, humanity's arrogance trembled. Gabriel and Milo exchanged a glance, a pact renewed. We will protect this, Gabriel declared. We will learn from it, not exploit it. Reeves nodded, tears glistening. You'll have my word. By dawn, the floodlights were gone, and the military had retreated. Gabriel and Milo stood at the crater's rim, exhaustion heavy in their bones. He turned to his friend. The archive will never be complete, he said softly. Milo smiled, cosmic intuition flickering like dawn. And that's why we keep going. Gabriel produced a small, sealed canister containing a fragment of the crater's soil, charged with bioluminescent particles. He tucked it into his satchel alongside the camcorder, and Reeves's directive. We have what we need, he whispered, to tell the world the truth. Milo raised an eyebrow. Think they'll believe us? Gabriel's empathic echo rippled hope. One day, perhaps. For now, Percy needs to record this chapter. The two friends walked down the embankment, the whispers of alien glyphs fading into the morning breeze. Behind them, the high desert stretched, a canvas of secrets waiting for another spark of discovery. Above, the first rays of sun painted the land gold, history's wound healing in the light of a new dawn. And so, the ledger on this particular strangeness closes, for now. Remember, the world hums with more mysteries than answers. Keep your eyes open, your mind curious, and perhaps carry a spare coffee for a friend. This is Percy Hawthorne, reminding you, the archive is never truly complete. Good night.